And welcome to our newest edition of For Your Information. Today, I have Angie Cannon with me, who came to help. Tammy had an appointment and couldn't be here. And we have brought Barb Ward, who has been on our show before, but she has a little more unique experience today. And we have part of Barb Ward's unique experiences in our hands and on the floor. We'll introduce the puppies first, and then we'll get on to the story. I have Freckles right here, and Freckles, they're how old now?
12? They're 3 months.
3 months, so yeah, so 12 weeks. And they're like a combination of Heeler, Corgi, and Beagle mix from what we were told. And Angie has Tadpole in her arms and Chunky Monkeys with Barb. And on the carpet right down here is Jimmy. And they're very active puppies, as you can tell.
Very healthy.
And healthy as they can be. But so Barb has fostered some dogs for us along the way, and you know, normal adult dogs, you know, and some with health issues and all. But she got brave when we had a chance to take a mama dog from our local shelter that was very, very pregnant, and her name was Mabel. And Mabel was fixing to end up having her puppies aborted. So we pulled her, got her to the vet, and actually the day that we took her to the vet, when Angie and Sandra were picking up for the night, and Mabel started having puppies at the vet. She already had one. Is that right, Angie? Did I get that right?
Yep.
Yeah, so we had another foster that really just wasn't home long enough to take care of a mom and pups. And I'll let Barb talk a little bit here and tell what made her decide to jump in and say, I can do that.
Well, I'm lucky in that I have a heated garage. No. And so they were safe. I've had them since they were 2 weeks old, and you can see that they're full of energy. It's been quite a challenge. I've always fostered adult dogs.
Jimmy.
And these newborn puppies, I was overwhelmed for quite a long time. And now that they're getting older, they're even more overwhelming because they're full of energy, and they're not potty trained or anything, so it's quite a mess usually. But they're the sweetest things, sweetest dogs ever, and they just need homes. They need to be separated soon so that they can get the training they need. They need the potty training, and they need leash training. I haven't done any of that. But it's been quite an experience.
So how many puppies did Mabel have to start with?
She had 8, but 1 passed away.
Yeah.
So I had 7.
Jimmy.
3 of them have been adopted out, and these are the remaining ones. There were 4, and they're just adorable. I'm surprised that these ones here have not been adopted, because they're just so. These ones on our laps are much calmer than the other 2.
And like we said, they are 3 months old, and Freckles and Jimmy are the boys, and then Chunky Monkey and Tadpole are the girls. And where did we come up with these names?
They just came out of the blue. I got to know the puppies, and little Tadpole, she just looked like her tail was always moving. It just reminded me of Tadpole, so I called her Tadpole. And Chunky Monkey started off being the fattest of the puppies. So I called her, and the bravest.
Yeah.
So I called her Chunky Monkey, and then Jimmy. I don't know. He just suits Jimmy to me because
he looks like a Jimmy.
If he was going to be another name, I would have called him Dennis the Menace, because he's just always into everything. And Freckles, of course.
It's self-explanatory.
Yeah, he's very, very freckly.
Yeah. See, I got them freckles.
But they're sweet.
Yeah. And now Mama Mabel has got another foster where she can get over having puppies and then find her home.
Crawl up your leg.
And you want to come up here too? So, and this is what happens when you foster puppies, I guess.
Yeah.
And you really had a good setup to start with when they were still nursing and everything, the way you had it set up. So that's another thing. she had playpens, she had a little whelping box. You had the whole
I did,
the
yeah.
whole thing to do that.
Yeah.
So
So that we're set for another litter.
Oh,
Not me, but they could borrow all the things that
I
I
started
have.
to say, did we hear her say she's set for
I
another
heard
litter?
it. I think we got it recorded.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
recorded now.
I
so
have the equipment.
you will share. In other words.
I'll share whatever is needed.
Go on the
Yes.
table. So
Jimmy.
we are looking for homes for these 4. You can put in an application for them at cliffordsarmyrescue.com. But they are, all 4 have been, the 2 girls are spayed, the boys are neutered, they're microchipped, they've had all their vaccines, they're on preventive. So, you know, they're ready to go. They just need a home, and, you know, as puppies go, they need, it wouldn't hurt them to have a few children to play with along the way. These 2 are more active than the 2 that y'all are holding.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
but puppies will be puppies.
Yeah.
But what's the rewards? And both of y'all, we can even ask Angie, because Angie, your first litter was Kiki puppies,
Top Gun puppies.
Top Gun puppies.
Yep.
But literally, Kiki puppies came in the day they were born because
Yes.
she had to have a C-section. So, what's your experience? What do you think about? About the rewards of fostering and maybe fostering a litter.
I mean, you know, puppies are, where's the humor? Puppies are a lot of work, but you know, like once you lead them to their way, you know, you start working with them when they're young. Whenever you get the litter, when they're really young, you can start, you know, working with them and teaching them some manners. So whenever they do go to their homes, they won't be so crazy. And I mean, it's just like with any dog. I mean, any dog I foster, whenever the people send me pictures of them, and you know, I see that they're happy with their new families, it just kind of just makes you feel like you've done something, like I've served a purpose,
Yeah.
you know, while I'm
Right.
here. So I just feel like that's what I'm going to do while I'm on earth, is help dogs find homes,
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
forever homes.
And Barb, what's your thoughts?
Well, I agree with Angie. It really warms my heart when we get a dog that really needs a lot of help, and we have fostered many dogs that really need help physically. They've been abused or neglected. And when they when they finally get adopted to a good home, the adopters are so good about letting us know how the dogs are doing, and it's just a wonderful experience to see that progression of where they started and where they end.
Yeah,
So.
I think so. And I do think, you know, we hear sometimes that people think, you know, because we do an application, we do a home visit and all that, and they say, you know, well, you know, that's a little over the top, or however they want to put it. But I think that's the other thing. We're vested in these dogs, and we know what they've came from, and we want to make sure they go somewhere safe and where
Right.
they're going to get the care they need.
Right.
That's my ring. I mean, my shoes might be better to chew than my ring. I don't know. If you get that off, that might hurt you. And I think, you know, puppies, seniors, and both of y'all have done a little bit of everything. I mean, this was your first litter, but both of you've had senior dogs. Barb has one. I mean, Otto's a perfect example.
Yeah, special needs dogs,
Yeah.
and Angie's had those too.
Too, yeah. Barb also has Otto that I still remember when we got the call about him. He was picked up in the middle of a road, and honestly, you couldn't even see. Well, you couldn't see his eyes or anything. He was so matted and had so much hair. And then when they cut it off, the hair off, his eyes had started bulging out, and so he's literally, he has no eyes.
He has no eyes, but he does very well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in another point, he does very well.
He does.
Even though he cannot see.
Right.
You know, so he does that. Y'all gonna make this show very challenging today. But
Come here.
Come here, Jimmy.
Let's get you. Here.
but these babies have been to some of our events, and we'll continue to come to them till we get them homes.
They'll be at Foster Friday.
So yeah, they're gonna be at Foster Friday. So, and they've been at a few of those too.
Yeah,
so
they have, and they were at the wine Dragonfly.
yeah, and we have another one of those coming up. We'll talk about in a little bit. So that's another good thing. So you kind of said you had the things to foster, but you'd let somebody use it. So does this mean
What do you say?
your favorites are going to be more special needs, or is it going to be?
My favorites will be older dogs, not so high energy. I mean, I would take one puppy, but having a litter of puppies
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of
is
work,
very
yeah.
challenging.
Yeah.
It really is a full-time job.
Yeah.
So, but I've enjoyed it. I have as you said, a perfect setup, a heated garage, the winter time. There really was no place else for these puppies to go.
Yeah.
So,
You're kind of
Yeah, I know.
family.
Don't eat the microphone.
yeah.
But and again, I will bring this up. This was the options for the mother dog that was at our local shelter, and I'm not bashing the shelter. Please don't take it that way. It's become in a lot of shelters and a lot of rescues are on the point of they will abort puppies instead of let them have them because of the overpopulation and so many dogs in need. Unfortunately, or I don't know if you say fortunately or unfortunately, but I've not got there, and I don't think the rest of our group has. She was obviously fixing to have them. She had started that very day. So I just, when we got the call, we started hunting a foster, and we found one to start with, and like I said, it didn't work out. And thankfully, you stepped in, but we are at a point we are so full that we don't have a lot of flex when a
Right.
foster doesn't work out. So
Right.
we're very thankful you were there to step in and help us. And now it's just finding these babies homes.
Right. And
So,
they're all super sweet.
yeah. Now, how many do you have that you foster failed, Barb, while we're talking about
Well,
this?
I have three foster fails, and I have little Otto, who's blind, and then Flash, who has his issues too. A lot of our dogs do have issues from their past
Yeah.
experiences, but if you just patient and spend some time with them and let them know that they're safe, they usually get over it. And then I have little Lamb Chop, who there's nothing wrong with Lamb Chop. I was the one that just couldn't let her go. She's just so
There's-
sweet. And she's so good with any fosters that I bring in. She plays with them. She has no aggression in her at all. So sometimes the foster failures really help out with the new puppies, new dogs coming in.
Well, and there are those ones, I mean, even as many as that you guys have fostered and I've fostered, there's always one that'll come along that there's something, you just cannot
Can't
let
do
it go, you
Can't
know.
do it, yeah.
And I think Angie has one now that I would consider that in Milo.
Oh,
Yeah, so you want to tell us a little bit about Milo?
Well, Milo is a full-blooded Dachshund, so a lot of people were interested in him, but he has some issues, aggression issues, and just, I don't know if he's bipolar or maybe, but he just, and by the time I would explain it to everybody, the way he was, they were like, whew, I don't think he's the dog for me, because you have to be his alpha.
Yeah.
And me and him get along good, but he chases my big dogs. So I kind of feel like he'd be happier maybe as an only dog.
Yeah.
But I have other dogs and other fosters, and he loves me, and we get along good, but I know how to handle him. But I've just decided, I still feel like in the back of my mind, if I could find just the right person
Yeah.
that really, really could give him the love and the time and patience that he needs and be very stern with him, that I would let him go, just
Yeah.
for him.
For him
'cause
to
I
have
think
that
would be the
more
perfect
attention,
scenario for
yeah.
him, because I have lots of friends that come over that he just adores.
Oh.
When he just really likes them. So he likes everybody, but he really, he loves me. He sleeps with me and curls up with me and everything. But I always say any foster I have has a home at my house. If nobody else wants
wants
them,
them,
I
you-
want them.
well,
They're not
yeah.
unwanted.
Exactly.
They're not going to be unwanted.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the situation he's in.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, well, let us take a short break and we'll be back to talk for your information.
Innovation is our most powerful tool to improve and change our world. Hi, I'm Rhonda Benfield, your host for School Matters. Join me for a new program every other week with information from and about the students and staff of Cleveland County Schools. Discover what our schools are doing to challenge students and help them reach their full potential. You can catch us on Spectrum Cable Channel 19 or stream us live on c19.tv.
Arsenic, cadmium, fluorine, formaldehyde, rubidium, lithium.
Do yourself a favor and don't image search for exploding e-cigarettes.
What you don't know about e-cigarettes can hurt you.
Are you ready to take all this in?
Welcome back to the second half of For Your Information. And as I said, I'm here with Angie Cannon and Barb Ward. We've showed you these 4 puppies, but we also have a little over 100 dogs in our rescue that still need homes. And we are called constantly, can you take this dog, can you take this dog? We are still foster based at this time, so it's a little hard for us to take more. But we have been working really hard on the property that was gifted us up at the old Earl Owensby Studios. While we're not there just yet, we are going to talk about it a little bit. The large studio is where the dog kennels would be, and I'm going to let Angie talk in just a second about it, but I will say we have the roof, power, and almost water. I heard the water's about to be on there after the weekend, I think. So moving right along. But Angie, tell us a little bit about the experiences and what's going on and what we're going to have. And
Well,
because you get
where
so
to start? Where to
excited.
start?
Yeah.
So, well, the experience of that whole place is wonderful to me. It's a lot for some people, but when you just walk out there, it's just beautiful. I mean, we've got so many buildings that we're going to be able to use to make different things for the community, and that's kind of what we have been stressing is this place isn't just Clifford's Army. This place is going to be for everybody. You know, it's going to be for Bowling Springs is right close to us, Shelby, so it's going to be a fun place for everybody. It'll be a cool place for kids to get volunteer hours in the local schools to come help out. But as far as the facility, you know, all of us volunteers have been, you know, working, cleaning, doing what we can without having to spend money, because, you know, raising that money has been a lot on all of us. What?
Yeah. So, and you know, we have been working.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just thinking back to things when we first started. It was literally tearing down walls
Right.
and tearing, and now we're a little more to
Yeah.
not quite as much that kind of thing,
Right.
but something for everybody to help do.
Yeah,
in
oh,
other
yeah,
words,
yeah.
by all means.
Any volunteers that, I mean, if you're sitting around on a day when we have a volunteer work day and you think, man, I'm bored, what can I do today? Anybody can help us. I mean, we have somebody that'll run a magnet over the floor while we're getting nails out of the walls. I mean, we're hauling insulation to the dumpsters. You know, we're sweeping. I mean, there's just a lot that we can do. And then we have a lot of guys there that are helping, and we have a forklift, and we're up high, you know, tearing down stuff. So, and it's very interesting, and you'll feel like you're a part of something. You know, you can feel like you're a part of our big family and helping us. And then once we get it done, you can say, hey, I helped do that. I helped build that, or I helped, you know, clean it up, or I'm a part of that.
Yeah. And the other thing I think that people will see once we do get completely open and all, it's not going to be just like a dog kennel.
No.
You know, it's the kennels are going to be spaced where they're not that crowded or facing each other. And the beauty of it is too, our kennels are like 16 foot long. They're 16 foot
I
by
think they're 16.7
7 or
aren't
something,
they?
and then they're 6 foot
Almost
wide.
7 foot wide, I think.
Yeah, I mean, so
They're
there is
big.
so much room. I mean, literally, when we went to look at these to see about getting them, the warehouse that had them had some that they were set up to store things in, and there was a couch, a table, you could almost have a tiny house. in
Yeah.
one,
They're
you
probably
know.
the size
Yeah.
of a tiny,
Tiny
house.
house, yeah. So the dogs will not feel as confined
Right.
and have a lot more room to run, and then we do plan to have play yards and all for them, and the property lends itself to have places for people to walk the dogs. So like you said,
Some
volunteers, trails, and
Yeah.
um,
Dog park.
parks. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're hoping it can be a huge community place, and we are working hard, and we are doing lots of things to try to raise money, and we do appreciate everybody's help because we have had some people help to get where we're at so far, and we just appreciate everybody that contributes or helps get us a better price at getting something done, and it has been an experience, and not so much now because we've done a lot of the early work when everything had to be torn out and all, but it was kind of like it was almost an adventure every Sunday when we went up there because you'd tear a wall down that had been built and there'd be little cubby holes and
Walk space.
yeah, and different things in there, and I mean, we found some. There was some like road signs that were in Spanish or
Yeah,
something. What
yeah.
were they? I mean, just strange stuff. And,
And we
maybe
found
it
that
was
costume from what movie?
Buckstone. Yeah,
County
found the prison costume.
Up in a cubby hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been an experience all the way around on that part.
Yeah.
Plus, just people coming and telling us some of the history of the place too.
That's been pretty cool.
Through the thing. But we are, that's our main goal is raising enough funds to get us open and going and be able to help even more. Not only the animals, but the community. And we should be able to actually help some cats, which is
Oh, yeah.
something that we haven't been able to do because we don't have cat fosters.
Yeah.
So we can have a cat area and maybe some a birthing room for moms, so that you're just having a good old time.
Yeah.
Hear you.
Yeah. Listen, that's
He likes,
that. Yeah, they're
he
talking
likes
to
to
us.
start things.
So Barb, what's your take on where we've been and where we've got to on the facility so far?
Well, it's very exciting. I know we have a lot more to do. It'll be long after we're gone, it's still going to be expanding, but that's the exciting part.
Yeah.
The possibilities are just endless when it comes to that piece of property. So it's exciting. Like you say, it is a lot of work, and I know most of us are, especially you and Angie, must be exhausted because you're out there every Sunday doing something with it. But it's going to happen. We're just trying to be patient.
Well, I sort of lost out on one deal because we got the call from the electrician when he was getting ready to get stuff done that we had to clean a certain area, and this was during the week, I think it was.
Yeah.
And so Angie or myself, either one, are favorites of heights. Let's put it that way. We will
Yeah.
do what we have to do,
Yeah.
but it's not our favorite thing. And I lost because I couldn't drive the forklift. So
Oh, so you.
so I had to get up in the basket and do the high stuff. But it all worked out and we got it
The
done.
videos are on our Facebook page.
That's
Yeah,
right.
good.
She did.
Yeah, videos.
Yeah, I said I need to go get me my driving license so that I could not lose again. But then they had me on a scissor lift for a while this past week. So, and really, I think the basket was better. That scissor lift
wobbly.
it would wobble once you get
Oh,
up
that
so
would be
high. And I'm
scary.
like, oh,
Yeah.
let me
The
pull
basket
these
is
nails out quick
Yeah.
so we can get off there. But there's something to help with that. If you want to do some work with us, we usually do it on Sunday, but we do post it on our Facebook
Yeah.
and all. You can also go on our website to fill out a volunteer application, and we'll put you on our volunteer page. And if that's not your cup of tea, there's always transporting dogs. There's going to hikes. There's all kinds
Holding
of
dogs.
opportunities. And doing what?
Holding dogs.
Holding dogs, yeah. Yeah, holding dogs and being around. And I mean, there's a ton of things that can be done. You know,
And
there's-
if anyone is interested in fostering,
Yeah.
it would be nice. And there's no commitment. If you find after you've had the little foster dog for a little while, it's just not for you, then that's fine. But giving it a try, you will be amazed at how rewarding it is to foster.
Yes, it really is rewarding. And like these four here that we're talking about, if they could get in separate homes so somebody could start working on them one-on-one, that's even that much better, you know. And it's better for when the adopter comes. That's another thing that we're hoping to have when we get open is a place where people can come and get some dog training. And then our dogs can get training too by the lady that's going to do the training. So that's going to be another plus that, you know, somebody can adopt a dog that may have their canine good citizenship and things.
Right.
And so now let's talk a little bit about our events coming up so people can come and join us. On the 24th of January, we will be at Discovery Nissan for Every Dog Deserves a Home. It's an adoption and family day event. They've got a couple food trucks coming. They have several vendors that are going to be there. They always have a lot of stuff for everybody to do while you're there. It's a fun event. We'll be inside, and we bring as many dogs as we have volunteers to hang on to one. So we want our dogs seen. So the more people we have that want to help, the more dogs we have. And from there, we will be on the 31st. We will be back up at Dragonfly, and we will be doing our puppy pet and sip there. It's the first one of the year. As you can see, Chunky Monkey's on that flyer right there. We'll be there from 11 to 2. Mostly small dogs and puppies will be there, or very calm, medium-sized dogs. And then our annual, this is our, I don't even know, 4th or 5th, spaghetti and no balls dinner. Tito's is our sponsor. Music will be by Brian Emerson, who's amazing. It's actually on Valentine's on Saturday, February 14th from 5 to 8. It will be at the Episcopal Church of the Redeemer, and we sold out last year, so we are preparing a little more, but get those tickets early.
You can get them from any volunteer
Any volunteer?
or at Rollover Pet Stores selling them.
Yep. Yeah, and there's an online place to get them too. So you can order online. Volunteers will have them, and Angie said Rollover have them. Angie's been working some up at Rollover too, so she'll hook you up too.
That's right. $15 a piece.
15 each, yep. And that's going to wrap it up for this edition of For Your Information. Join us for the next one.
Hello, my name is Jabbar Adams. I'm the head men's basketball coach here at Cleveland Community College. You're watching C19, your Cleveland County's hometown station.